everyone know what is zoo. Zoo is a short form for zoological garden, or also known as animal park or menagerie. The predecessor of zoological garden is the menagerie, which has a long history from the ancient world to the modern times. The oldest known zoological collection was revealed during excavation in Hierakonpolis, Egypt in 2009. The zootic animals included hippopotami, hartebeest, elephants, baboon, and wild cats. The king in the Middle Asian Empire created the zoological and botanical garden in 11th century. In the 2nd century, the Chinese Empress Tangqi had a house of deer built, and King Wen of Zhou kept 1,500-acre zoo called Lingyu, or the Garden of Intelligence. Other well-known collectors of animals including King Solomon. Until the early 19th century, the function of the zoo was often to symbolize royal power, like King Louis' menagerie at Versailles. Major cities in Europe set up zoos in 19th century, usually using London and Paris as model. The transition was made from princely menagerie design was to attend high society with strange novelists into public zoologist garden. The new goal was to educate the entire population with information along modern scientific lines. Zoos were supported by local commercial or scientific societies. So, is the zoo still relevant in 2020? Many activists and animal lovers have raised concern over the relevancy of zoo in the post-COVID-19 era. They believe that we, as humans, need to be more empathetic, considering we have now experienced what it feels like to be caged. They say being restricted has a detrimental effect on our well-being and on animals in zoo. So, should zoos close their doors? Well, there are many answers to the situation. However, many experts believe that we need zoos to complement wildlife conservation efforts. Of the animals in Zoo Negara, 85% are endangered species and 50% are heading to extinction. Hence, similar to other zoos worldwide, Zoo Negara has carried out many breeding programs to help conserve wildlife. The zoo also played a significant role in educating and creating awareness about different species of animals, as well as helping visitors understand the connection between humans and animals. It is vital for zoos to study and understand how species interact within their ecosystem, as well as how they are affected by environmental and human influence. With this understanding, zoo manager will know how best to provide suitable setting and enclosure for captivity animals.
Hi, my name is Mildred, and in today's topic we are going to talk about if the zoo has lost its value. The world is a huge place to see, and it consists of so many animals that we like. It is impossible for us to see each and every one of them,
especially for human beings who are fascinated very much by animals. For the same reason, zoos were created so that humans can interact better with animals. Zoos were made to bring wildlife closer to humans. It gave humans a better and up-close view of them. This allows various researchers and scientists to note the behavioral patterns of the animals. It helps them in their studies and discover new things. In addition, zoos are a great source of entertainment for kids. They love visiting zoos and interacting with animals. This helps them learn practical knowledge about the animal. It also gives them exposure to wildlife and widens their knowledge. Furthermore, zoos give us easy access to rare animals. While the zoo is a great place for entertainment, it is also very exploitative. It takes advantage of the poor animals to make a profit of them.
Coincidentally, we have a closed ostrich zoo here in my hometown. It is located in Kampung Rampayan, Kota Belud, Sabah, and it is about 35 minutes from where I live. I actually have never been there since I was like 8 years old, and today might be the perfect day to visit the ostrich zoo. We will grab some food first, and then I will take you on a ride with me to get there.
This used to be an ostrich zoo farm. I'm sorry I let you down. There is no ostrich here. Unfortunately, the zoo keep the ostrich in a very bad condition. It takes unethical methods just to create revenue. They are being unfair to animals. They take the animals out of their natural habitats just for the sake of human entertainment. I remember visiting this farm when I was a kid and saw the workers hit those ostrich with some kind of stick. They are voiceless creatures who are being forced to live in poor condition. I also found out that in 2008, those ostrich got very skinny because the zookeepers do not take care of them very well.
Let us all remember that not every zoo in the world has let us down. Zoos are premises for the captivity of animals, often in urban areas where many of the animals would not otherwise be found, with the intention of studying the animals and displaying them to the public at large. By taking our children to zoos, by educating them and showing them how beautiful animals are, we are entrusting the animal future to them. If they have had a first-hand experience of these animals, then they will be more likely to take heed of animals' needs. We can discover ways to protect them. We can learn which habitats they can survive in, and we can learn which food they will be willing to supplement their nutrition from. Therefore, if we cared enough and have enough knowledge about animals, right, this ostrich farm would still be alive today. So, has the zoo lost its value? No, but also yes if we have unexpanded knowledge.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi taala wabarakatuh, and hi everyone. My name is Muhammad Sakri. Has the zoo lost its value? For me also, yes. Why? Through a decrease in the number of visitors coming to the zoo. The evidence can be seen in the press release that was released by New Straits Times last year. As you can see on your screen right now, I show you, it says a decrease in the number of visitors that have been recorded since 2014. In 2014, the National Zoo recorded an attendance of 708,000 visitors in that year. However, in the next 2 years, in 2016, there was a decrease in the visitors from 708,000 to 435,000. They lost 273,000 visitors just in 2 years, and decreased again in the next 2 years to 345,000 from 435,000, and then decrease again to 345,000. And last year, despite a slight increase, but it's still significant, that is 368,000 visitors in the year. From 2014, from 708,000 visitors, and then last year they record only 368,000 visitors in that year. That show the zoo has lost its value. Just now, my friend mentioned the internal and external factor or aspect that cause the zoo lost its value. Not everyone choose to not going to the zoo because the factor that create by the zoo itself, but they have other factor why zoo not been chosen by a visitor anymore. On my part, I will mention other factor that cause people to no longer choose to make the zoo a place to visit. I will mention 3 factors that are the main issue of why people no longer choose the zoo as a place to visit. Okay, first, the existence of technology such as smartphone and television. Okay, today, as we know, smartphone have become a necessity for everyone and are owned by everyone today. If we talk about television, we know that every household will have one television. At least they have one television every house, every home. What I want to say through this point is to see the animal, to know the animal, we are no longer need to go to the zoo. Why you need to pay more just to see an animal? Children can watch through application that we have today, like YouTube, using the internet, and broadcast like National Geographic and television. And then, second, the busyness of parents who have to work. The busyness of parents cause them not to have time to their children, to bring their children to go on vacation or visit the zoo. That is children's choice. Therefore, children are allowed to see what they like at home through existing gadget and technology, such what I mentioned just now, like they can watch it on National Geography or in the YouTube. Last but not least, if parents have the opportunity to go for a vacation, they prefer to go on a vacation that gives them a pleasure to release stress after a tiring work, such as on the beach, water recreation park, shopping complex, a quiet area like in Canberra Highland, and many more, such as Pulau Pangkor, Langkawi, and many more that I cannot mention in here. For them, a zoo is just a place that benefit children only and not at all. What I am talking just now is my opinion why the zoo lost its value nowadays. But that not mean that zoo is not important today. As we know, today we are still struggling fighting with the COVID-19 pandemic. Same goes to zoo. How COVID-19 affect the value of the zoo and how to restore back the value of the zoo. Let's hear what Atika will say.
As we know that not only Malaysia but the whole world is in the COVID-19 pandemic. The COVID-19 pandemic turned out to have a devastating effect, especially on the human population. However, does this pandemic affect the environment and animal, especially the zoo? Linda Saif of Ohio State University and Worcester said there was no evidence that infected animal could spread the virus to others, and there was no clear evidence on how it spread because animal might get the COVID-19 virus through feces or contaminated urine. He also stated that the study showed that the virus is actually not a risk of spreading among animals. However, Muhammad Munir of Lancaster University in England stated it was too early to conclude that the COVID-19 could be transmitted between animals. In addition, the COVID-19 study was also conducted on dog, chicken, pig, and ducks. And the study have shown that the dogs are less likely to be infected, while other animals are not exposed to the pandemic. Thus, the animals in the zoo, on average, are not in close contact with humans, who are the main spreader of this virus. However, the National Zoo is still taking proactive steps to ensure that more than 300 species of animals in the location are safe and not infected with COVID-19 virus. And the National Zoo Veterinary Director, Dr. Naim Ramli, said his party minimized the movement of zookeepers to the barn, and their working hours were limited to only 4 hours a day. In conclusion, the zoo is definitely one of the most popular places either weekends or during the festive seasons or school holidays. And not only children but also adults are thrilled to see the various species of animals that previously lived in the wilderness in front of their eyes. So, what can be done to restore the value of the zoo? Firstly, the animal in the zoo need to be given enough food and complete nutrition. It is to ensure that the animal there remain healthy, not thin due to hungry, and so on. Secondly, by repeating the step of National Zoo in 2019 were to attract more visitors. The National Zoo collaborates with several travel agencies, by listing the National Zoo as a tourist destination. This effort uses external service, and this appointed travel agency managed to bring in 2.5 million last year. Wow! That is something that is positive and can be done accurately. Programs such as volunteer program, night camping and the zoo, fun run, zoo walk, as well as animal birthday celebration by month need to be intensive. This will make the zoo more interesting to visit when various interesting activities are implemented. Next, good advertising is also able to attract many people to visit the zoo. In this age of technology, various advertisements can be made, such as on social media, television, and radio. The most important thing is the health of animals in the zoo. All animals must be kept in a good health and get good treatment. This good health also gives a better image to the zoo and prevent the occurrence of any disease transmission.